There were points in the last couple of years before I even moved where I was like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. I don't know if I can like keep pushing myself because it takes a lot.
Hello, everybody. I'm here with the 2025 USATF Indoor National Champion in the shot put, Tripp Piperi. It's only a few days out from the USATF National Championship. He got his first ever national title. He just made his second world team. It's his first world indoor team that's competing over in China in the next month. Tripp, thank you for joining us today. How do you feel about the competition?
Good, man. Thank you for having me. It was great. The comp was good. It was fun. Um, it was a little scary there for a minute. Then I figured it out and fixed what I was doing wrong. And so, ended up ending quite well, I would say. It's pretty awesome. It was a fun time there.
So being there live, watching you through the competition, it was pretty heavy between Josh Awatunde and Roger Steen. They kind of were the guys that were chasing the ball a bit, but then you were coming out round 5, going over 21, and then you came
hmm
out on your best throw last round over 2150. It's the furthest mark you've had since 2023.
Yeah.
Take me through your mindset going into that last round, knowing what you need to do to make that team, getting it done, and then the emotion you felt after the ball landed, realizing you may have just done it.
Yeah, the fifth round throw, kind of gave me the feeling I was looking for in the ring. I kind of got my timing down and all that stuff. And so I was like, okay, finally figured that out. So in the last round, I was like, well, I'm in second right now. So at the moment, I'm making the team, but I was like, we might as well just go for it again and have fun. And got out there and threw it really far. And then it was just hype from there. It's pretty cool. I was like, oh shit, that's farther than the last one. And then, I screamed and yelled and had all that shit going on. But it was cool.
Yeah, no, I actually want to discuss that. So something that the other contributor, my co-host on the Throw Show, Sam Weeks was
hmm
there. We were both talking about this. He was telling me during the comp, he's like, "Yo, I see Tripp building. I see him building. I'm just waiting for the boom, boom
Yeah.
on the chest because that's you're known for." And
Yeah.
what I love about that is, dude, you bring a certain level of energy to the competition that I feel like, you know, it's comparable to only a few other throwers I can think of, Joe Kovacs, but honestly, you know who you remind me the most of? And I don't
No.
know if you were watching him back when you were younger, but Adam Nelson.
Yeah. No, me and
Take me through like what are you thinking in the throw? What are you thinking when you're in a competition and how do you get yourself to that zone to perform but also just that massive explosion of energy in
yeah,
just the way you conduct yourself?
you kind of, I don't know, in the meet at least, I kind of had to be like, okay, I need to just like let it go, if that makes sense. Like I was being a little too passive in the ring for my liking, and I was like, I need to just get in there at some point and just go for it. And so that's kind of where that came out. After that, I just kind of did what I was doing, even the celebration, like that stuff. It comes almost naturally at this point. Afterwards, if I have a throw that I'm happy with, and that's, you mentioned how this is the farthest throw I've had in the last season or within in over a year. And I don't know, it was kind of just vindicating. It was, that finally, that like moment of like finally I figured it out. But like in the meet, in those moments where you're kind of down, you have to kind of get yourself out of that mindset of, well, this just isn't going my way. And I did a really good job of that, obviously, but it's been kind of hard to do that since I moved. And so being able to figure that out and kind of get back to that point of like, oh yeah, I got this. I can do this. I can get myself out of these holes. I can figure out things that are going wrong in the meet and figure out my form and dial in. That's a really good feeling. And I still have a lot to work on. A lot of those throws weren't anywhere near perfect. They were honestly not that great to be honest in terms of form. Obviously the energy was there, and so that's why they went as far as they did. But yeah, now going, you know, I just had to lock in to be as corny as possible. You know, just had to figure it out. And once I kind of got that process down and got the timing down, and was like, okay, I'm not falling into the ring anymore. Like I was like, okay, last throw I can turn up. I can do the exact same thing I just did and just add more to it. And that's what I did. So that was cool. Also, it's funny you bring up Adam Nelson. He's a mentor to me. I've known him since I was like in like the sixth grade or seventh grade. I went to him in his camp he did with Reese Hoffa in Atlanta back in the day.
I think there's video of that on YouTube. I'm pretty sure.
There is somewhere. There's some weird video of me and my brother there. But yeah, no, me and he Adam's been a mentor to me for a long time. I talk to him not frequently, but you know, every few months, catch up, figure stuff out, talk to him what's going on, all that stuff. So it's nice. It's funny you bring that up, but he is definitely a role model to me.
If we rewind the clock back to 2022, where you made your first world team,
Yeah,
how does it feel knowing everything you've been through over the last year and a half? You know, you transition coaches, you
yeah,
transition where you lived. You were originally in Texas, now you're in Oregon. How does it feel to you personally what this world team means to you and winning this national title versus 3 years ago?
yeah. That it's just proof that like everything I've been doing is the right move. That's just simple. It's just like, okay, yeah, I got this, and all that confidence is starting to stack again. So I can't really put one word on it, but it is just like, yep, I'm where I need to be. I'm doing what I need to do. So it feels amazing. It's one of those things like, there were points in the last couple of years before I even moved where I was like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. I don't know if I can like keep pushing myself because it takes a lot, as a professional shot putter, like even just the ages of when you start to be your best are later. So it takes a lot to get to those points where at least physiologically you're going to be throwing as far as you can, if that makes sense. That's kind of like a deeper scientific meaning in that, and that's not an open, that's not a blank slate for everybody. It doesn't repeat. But generally speaking, most professional shot putters they're throwing farther and better around the age of 30. I'm 26, so it's like I've got time. I got to keep making it work, and that's the hard part about it. Aside from just competing, and so making this team is huge. This is a massive boost for me. It's a massive boost for being able to continue, and I'm just going to go to Worlds and do everything I can to win. So it's great.
And based off our first conversation that we had at Nationals, it seems like you have a really positive support team behind you.
Yeah,
One thing we brought up, and this is something that Sam and I even talked about on the Throw Show, was your girlfriend just did a video of your training throws. It was probably one of the most entertaining throwing videos I've ever
yeah,
seen. We were laughing our ass off. We thought it was great. Can we expect more videos from you and her like that, or even some stuff similar?
yeah, for sure, absolutely. I'll give you what you want. I'll do it for you.
Hey, hey man, you make it, we'll share it. We'll be sure that
Oh,
more we'll try to get as many eyeballs on it as possible. Do what we can.
sounds
We love
good.
it, dude.
That sounds
It's
good.
only good for the sport because the more stuff that people get to see of their of you guys' personalities. One thing is I talked to Roger earlier today.
Yeah,
He told me that he was waiting for you down at testing. He was really happy for
yeah,
you. I know you guys are competitors. I know you guys are always trying to beat each other out on the
yeah,
day. But at the end of the day, like he says, like, yo, man, we're all still good. We're all friends with each other. You
yeah.
know, how's it feel to kind of be like knowing that you're in a good spot with the support team behind you, going into China, but then you also have like you have someone that you've competed against for several years in Roger Steen as your teammate.
It's great. That was, the support system is different, man. I moved and it got different and it's real now. Like it's like I got the right people behind me and that's, very important on a whole other level. But also like me and Roger are really close. I love Roger. He's my boy. We were talking before the meet. We're like, yeah, dude, we got to make sure we both make this team so we can room together again. Like that was just how that was. And so, we went into the meet like, yeah, dude, we gotta. Obviously, we're still competing, and like what happens happens. It's not, he's beat me several times. I've beat him, sometimes, and the day of is whoever's day it is going to be their day. But like at the end of the day, it's awesome. And now I get to go hang out with him in China of all places and go compete and try to beat the rest of the world. So it's great, and that support system is awesome. Having friends in the sport is one thing. Having a group behind you that is there to see you succeed and all that is very important. And not in like a selfish way on myself, but like having those people around me really, really helps. And it's all starting to, kind of fall into place right now. So we'll see how, just gonna keep pushing it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It makes a lot of sense because I think you're touching on stuff that is really vital for people to know and understand in regards to being, elite thrower. Like it's not easy,
Yeah,
you know. You also have a job.
I do.
You're
Yeah.
trying to balance the professional athlete life. Throwers don't have it maybe, but in some ways as easy as other event athletes. So
Yeah.
I think seeing that you're able to see, you're seeing that success with the new team behind you. You're captured your first national championship. You're on your way for another world team. Like, and based off the current distances I'm seeing in the world right now, like the marks that you're hitting at nationals, they're pretty competitive with what's top
Yeah.
in the world right now. So you never know what could happen.
Yeah. And I was in France a couple weeks ago. I got DQ'd, which is kind of funny, but um, me and Ginger got DQ'd. But I mean, you see it there. Like it was a competitive meet. I know what everyone else is bringing. I know what I got to bring, and I'm gonna bring what I got. So everybody else got to do what they do too. That's just, yeah, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna give it my best. I'm gonna be going there to win. So that's my
For
plan.
sure, Tripp.
Yeah.
For sure. Thank you again for joining me today. Congratulations again on your first national championship.
Thank you.
It was an awesome victory. I think round six victories are probably always the best to watch as a
Oh yeah, dude.
spectator. I know when I was an athlete, it felt the same as an athlete to come from
Yeah,
behind. So just doing what you did at nationals, I think the sky's the limit for your career. So I'm excited to see
yeah,
what you do not only at Worlds but what you do this come outdoor season.
yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thanks again.
Yeah, for sure.